This is probably long overdue, but we are so delighted to have Donna Weinsting with us because she is one of the funniest ladies that we see on the stage in St. Louis, but she can do very serious stuff too. I mean, her range is incredible. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know I've probably said it before. In fact, the last show you were in, what was it,
Rapture, Blister, Burn.
Rapture, Blister, Burn. I said that you there had your usual maternal warmth and martini dry wit. And
which fit in that play.
It did. Well, it so often does with you where you do it. So anyway, welcome to Two on the Aisle.
Well, thank you.
We're glad to have you here. We're glad to have you here. So we were wondering, when did you start doing this crazy stuff?
I did theater when I was young,
Yeah.
and when my
Younger.
I don't even remember young. Yes, but anyway, and when I was still young enough to be the ingenue,
Sure.
and my babies didn't want Mama going off and doing that, so I stopped. And as most things, once you quit something, it gets past deeper and deeper in the recesses of your being.
Yeah.
And I got involved with PTA, of course, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And 30 years later, I'm sitting at home on the couch one night thinking, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to get back into theater. I wonder if I can. Opened up the newspapers we still had a newspaper that put in auditions and things, Post-Dispatch, and saw auditions for a play at the Theater Guild of Webster Groves. Went, got cast, and I haven't stopped since.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah.
And which play was that?
That was Cry Havoc, about a bunch of nurses in the Philippines during World War II, and we all die at the end.
I do remember that play, but you did another one not too long after at the Theater Guild. It was the female version of The Odd Couple. And I remember going to that with no expectations at all because I'd seen it and not liked it and I loved it when you did it.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You really totally changed my mind about the play.
It's a fun show. I still think it's almost better than the male version, but it is a little dated now. It is.
Yeah, it is a little, because people still do it.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly.
Yeah.
They need you in it, I guess, to keep it going. Anyway, so what else have you liked doing?
Oh, I've liked doing a lot of things. We were just talking a little while ago about the upcoming rep show, Lion in Winter. I enjoyed being Eleanor of Aquitaine. I enjoyed that one.
Well, it's good language in that play.
Yes,
I mean,
and the costumes
it gets
are beautiful.
repetitious and all that, but still,
And
must
this
be great
summer,
fun
I
to
got
do.
the opportunity to be Lady Bracknell in The Importance of Being Earnest at Ozark Actors Theater, so that was fun. Some of the roles you've always wanted to try, and I did my one-woman show, that Another Home Invasion. That was fun to do because it really stretched my boundaries to see if I could remember all that dialogue, and I did.
Where
so
was
great.
that?
That was at Echo Theater. In the mall. Remember when they were doing
Yes, that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but it was something that made me have to think.
Yeah, good.
And I remember seeing a cabaret show that you did. It was you and Lara Buck, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've tried everything. I figured I waited so long to get back in the theater, I was just going to give it all a shot.
Yeah. And you do stand-up sometimes?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Where have you done
Well,
that?
I used to work at the Funny Bone a lot.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm so busy with theater now that I don't do it much. So occasionally a friend of mine who's a headliner will come in town and we'll do some shows together. Last one we did at Valley Park, Funny Bone, and a few other places sometimes. But it's still fun to get up there and see if I can still do it and make everybody laugh. It's instant gratification is what it is.
Yeah. Is that more so than theater?
With theater, it's kind of, unless you have a really rollicking joke that you tell or something, that's instant. But with the theater, you pretty much have to get the play over with, and then the audience applauds, and then you find out if they really enjoyed it or not. But with stand-up, it's one right after another. And
but you get laughs in theater. I mean, Lady Bracknell must have gotten laughs.
Yes, she got some laughs. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, it's I do, and as I say, when the funny parts come, then that is instant gratification. But for a lot of times, you don't know until the play is over if people really loved it or not, because everybody's quiet.
Yeah. And something like The Lion in Winter is, there are many very funny lions in it, but it is a fairly serious piece
Sure,
in many
yeah.
ways. Yeah,
Lots of serious undertones, right.
So that's
Yeah, and I've done serious shows too. I remember I did Forget Me Not.
Oh.
That one was very
Yeah.
serious, and Night Mother. So, but Night Mother had a few funny lines in it. But
I guess. I,
you remember? I remember when I did that. I remember Dennis Brown was still reviewing for the Riverfront Times, and I saw him the week before I opened, and I says, "Oh, Dennis, are you coming to see Night Mother?" He says, "I hate that show. Never going to go see that show." He says, "When I was a young reporter in New York, a friend of mine said, 'My girlfriend's in this new play, Night Mother, and we're going to go see it tonight.'" And his girlfriend was Kathy Bates.
Yeah,
And so, of
I
course, it
guess.
was a wonderful production. But he says, "I don't know why. In my head, I somehow thought that Night Mother was a musical." He was sorely disappointed and obviously never got over it.
yeah, yeah.
So he sent Paul Friswell, is that his name?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Paul. And he loved it. So I wrote an email to him the next day after the review came out and said, "Thank you for not coming."
Yeah. Well, I kind of share his feelings about the play.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. And oddly enough, let me tell you, I have found that men hate that show much more than women.
That is very
It
interesting.
is interesting. Almost every woman I've ever known that's seen it is really drawn to it, and almost every man says, "I hated that show," and I don't know why. And I mean,
Well,
it's not about men.
No, it's not. But it's just I get the feeling. All right, get it over with. Let's get out of here.
Somebody
Be
shoot her.
done with it. Yeah. I mean, why are we suffering like this? And so that's kind of. But I guess that's a man's reaction. I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe
right.
women like to suffer more than men do. I don't know. But so it was a good show to do. I
Yeah,
guess.
it was a good show to do. It really made me dig deep and
And who was doing it with you?
Kim Furlow.
Oh.
Right.
I remember that.
Okay.
now.
Yes, I do. I
yes.
do remember it.
Yes,
I did go see it.
Right. Yeah.
Don't remember what I said about it, or maybe I let Jerry say something
I don't
about
remember
it.
either. Must not have been too bad, or I would have
no,
remembered it.
no.
And-
But you and Kim work every now and then together.
Yes, we
don't
do,
you?
and we've done a couple of cabarets for dramatic license
Dramatic
before
license. Yeah, when
before
they
they
were gone,
unfortunately
yeah.
folded, or went into retirement for a little while.
There you
Maybe
go.
they might come back.
Sure,
Right. Right.
sure.
Now, you've also appeared at the Rep.
Yes, I have. I've done 3 shows there. I did Heartbreak House, which was a George Bernard Shaw, nice
Yes.
long. I think that one was 3 hours long, and
Now,
Emma.
that one I do like. so-
Yes, Emma the musical and The Miracle Worker.
What was the musical?
Emma the musical. Do you remember when they made a
Yes.
musical out of Emma?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I was.
That's right,
I was
yes.
the mother. I didn't have any lines in that. I sang in the background and just got drunk throughout. Typecasting.
Was this the character or you who got in drunk?
The character.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, sometimes you don't have anything to do. Why
Right,
not?
that's right.
Hey, give me a drink here. Let's get over this.
Now, as many shows as you're in, I can't think of anyone in the theater community who goes to other people's shows as much as you do.
I love theater, and the more theater I've done, the more really good friends I've attained, and I just love and cherish, and so I want to go see their work.
That's
As
great.
an actor, I know how much heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears you put into a production, and I want them to know that I appreciate them and support them. So I go and see, especially if I know most of the people in the cast, I will always be there, unless I'm in a show myself at the same time and can't.
And you will invariably review what you've seen on
Well,
Facebook.
I don't think you could call them reviews. I'm a cheerleader. I just put in a few lines about
You
how
haven't
nice
done
it
that much
was.
lately.
Excuse me?
You haven't done that much lately.
Well,
have you?
they haven't been that many shows that I've seen lately.
You've been too busy doing your own.
yeah,
huh?
I
That
guess.
too, yeah.
Now, what's coming up for you?
I was just cast, and I'm very happy to say, in Grey Gardens for Max and Louis Productions, and they'll be performing this one at the JCC. I am very excited because Grey Gardens hasn't been done in St. Louis.
No,
And
I'm really
so-
eager to see it.
Right, beautiful music, And
Is it?
yes,
Yeah,
there's
I've
some
never
gorgeous
never
songs.
seen it, and I don't really
There are
know
some
the
beautiful
music.
songs, especially by the woman Debbie Lennon, who will be playing the younger me,
Yeah.
and then she would be playing me in the first act, and then in the second act she will be playing my daughter.
Right.
So,
Right.
but she has some gorgeous songs. Everybody does. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm glad she's going to be doing the role
Yeah.
there. Who's directing it?
Anna Maria Paligi.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I love her.
Yeah.
She is one of the most energetic and
Is she when directing?
Oh my gosh, she gets you going.
She did a number of things for Hot City, I know.
Yes. Well, I
And
think she
always
was on the
interesting.
board there.
Yeah.
Or
So I'm glad she's not stopped with. Well, of course she's doing stuff at WSU. But
well, yes, of course,
Yeah.
because she teaches there.
Now,
Yeah.
now, if you were just cast, I imagine there's going to be a little while before it happens. But tell us the dates, and so that we.
It opens July 16th or
Oh,
something
not till
like
July.
that. Not till
Oh, that's
July. We
right,
start
okay.
rehearsal. I know we start rehearsals June 14th, so maybe
Yeah.
it's a week before that we open.
So we have plenty of time to prepare ourselves.
yeah.
Right.
Good. Well, we have that to look forward to hold us until we get to see her again. Donna, thank you so much for joining us
thank
today.
you for
It's
asking
been
me.
a joy to have you with us.
It's been
Absolutely.
lovely, and
Thank
I'll
you.
see you at the next show.
Yes,
will.
indeed. And we'll be watching the mail and the email for your thoughts about theater and this program, and for items for the calendar.
Send them to Two on the Aisle, HEC TV, 3221 McKelvey Road, Bridgeton, Missouri, 63044, or by email to tota@hectv.org.
Join Deborah Sharn for more news about theater on the KDHX podcast, Break a Leg Theater in St. Louis and Beyond. And find more news about all the arts on State of the Arts on HEC TV on Sundays and Thursdays at 7 p.m.
Catch Bob's reviews on KDHX.
Catch both of us next time on cable and the web for tense situations, both intimate and expansive.
We'll see you then.